Morning, morning. Nice Tuesday morning. I actually had made a video on here about trucking. I say about 3 years. I've been doing other videos and shorts and stuff on my page, but I hadn't made a trucking video in about 3 years. I had a lot happen to me in about 3 years, but I did a video about trucking saved my life, which is it did. And I think I did another video explaining stuff about trucking and stuff like that. Well, this video is for new people coming in or people thinking of doing trucking. I tell you this, I've never been the type of person that listen to anybody as far as like you saying it's not good and don't do it. I've always been the type of person where if it don't work for you, I mean, I'm gonna try it. You never know, it may work for me. And that's been the case since my whole career of trucking. Like I said, now I've been driving 9 years now. I was an owner operator almost up to my own authority. And I think my truck had went down around pandemic time. And it kind of set me back and I had to step down and I'm working my way back up. But I see that the market is a little crazy. Well, okay, no, it's past crazy. It's crazy. The rates are ridiculous and all that. But I'm gonna tell you people that understand it's ridiculous, but something's going on. Because if it was so ridiculous and nobody making money, how were the trucks moving? You see what I'm saying? That's like, remember they used to say Fords weren't shit at one time? But damn, if they weren't shit, everybody's still constantly buying Ford trucks and they still the number one selling truck. So if their cars ain't worth the shit, you know, what's going on? So I don't ever hear that kind of stuff, listen to it, but oh, I can't do it. Look, I'll tell you some keys that I learned that I used when I got in trucking in the beginning that worked for me, that still works for me. Number one, trucking is about the relationship. It is not about the money. The money is, of course, the draw. The end result, you want the money. You want to make all the money and had a nice, pretty truck and go on the trips and do stuff for your family. But I'm telling you, I talked to this old cat probably like my first year. I still was in my first year, my feet wasn't even wet yet. And he had told me that. He said, if you chase the money, it's going to run from you in trucking. He said, you got to learn to build your relationships in trucking and try to get you direct freight from the direct shippers. He was like, that's the goal. I think he was driving for like 25 years. He had a beautiful truck, clean, not money in his pocket. I mean, I saw that. I was like, oh, I want that. So that was one of the main things I did. I used my personality and I guess my charm and you know how I am to talk to people. And yeah, that's the biggest thing you need to do when you coming in. When you coming in trucking, remember, build your relationship. It's just like everything else in life. You know what I'm saying? If you a local person and you go to all the clubs, so people know you build a relationship, you in there. If you got a product and you coming up with something that people want to buy it, they'll come and buy it because of the relationship, because of word of mouth, and somebody will push you. It's more about the relationship. Unless you just got some fire shit going on, they just gonna give you some money. You know how that go. But the first thing, the relationship. You know what I'm saying? Worry about the relationship instead of the money, because the money gonna come. I'm telling you, once you get the relationship, because there's some people out here getting money. The people you see online on YouTube and all that stuff, they ain't the ones getting the money. I give you a prime example. The ones that's always complaining that relationships are bad, you always see that shit all over TV, relationships bad, but it's the quiet motherfuckers who ain't saying shit are in good relationships. You see what I'm saying? There's always good and bad in everything. You just got to find your good and the bad that's going on. But the next thing you want to make sure you learn is try to learn everything about the game. That's something I was telling my son. I tell a lot of people that I did. Learn everything about the game. Don't just get in and just, I'm going to drive. No. Learn. I don't even drive flatbed. I don't drive car hauling, but I know something about every market. Now, have I done it? No, but I know something about it. I know a lot. Learn about every sector. Learn about every type of trailer. Learn the differences between the trailer, the different suspensions between the trailer. You know, understand the different trucks, the different truck suspensions, the motors, how the different motors work. You know, understand how to spec a truck, the gear ratio, all that kind of stuff. The motor that you want set up with the transmission. You know, if you want 13 speed, 18, whatever. Learn everything about that. Understand the market, how the freight moves. You know, certain times of the year, certain things do this. Certain times of the year, it moves here. You know, you got to understand where you want to be at. And I think in this market and the way it's going now, be well versed. When you do take your test, I feel like get all your endorsements. Even if you don't want to carry hazmat, have the endorsement. If you don't want doubles and triples, just have it. Have your tankers. I feel like you should have everything just in case you have to move about and move around. Can you still be an owner operator in this market? Yes. I will say that, yes, you can. Work on your relationship, you'll get the money. It's money out here. Don't let them sit here and tell you that, oh, it's money out here. I don't pay attention to the current market until everything completely crashes. Then I be like, oh, I guess they're right. Don't pay that shit no attention. It's money out here. But you got to build your relationship to get it. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest things you want to learn. You want to understand your routes. Find ways to cut back on fuel, because fuel is going to be one of your biggest expenses, is dealing with that fuel. You can't get around it. There's shit you can do about it, but there are ways to work it. I have my system and ways that I use to work it. I have my own two fleet cards, and then the company that I drive for, they have their card. So I use their, I mix their card with my card, and it helps me work my thing. So it's been working for me. I keep my gas under a certain amount. I understand how far the truck can go and how far I can let it go all the way down almost to E and find a cheap gas station to fuel up. You got to understand the different states. You know what I'm saying? Certain states, the gas is going to be PA. Man, I don't suggest no motherfucking body get gas in PA. I don't understand that motherfucker is high as a son of a bitch. It's a couple states like that, but PA, boy, whoo, shit. But you know how to understand where to get your gas at. That's another thing. Understand where to get your gas at. I got a personal mechanic that used to fix my truck. I'm still cool with him. You got to get your mechanic. That'll cut you back on money than having to pay that shop rate all the time, that high-ass TA shop rate and all these different shop rates. I got a tire plug, a guy that I can go to. I find a spot out in the country out where I stay at. He does semi-truck tires. I can get a whole goddamn 8 set. And well, at the time, I hadn't bought them in a while, but I used to get a whole 8 set between $18 to $21, $2,200. I'm sure that price has changed since I've done it, but still, that's better than going to TA. And you're going to pay labor rate, all the hours of labor rate, the valve stems, the dispose, all that kind of stuff. They don't charge none of that. He just charge you to put it on, and if you want him to dispose it, if not, you can take them with you. I normally take mine with me and throw them away someplace else, because I ain't trying to pay no disposal fee. So don't let them tell you in this current state and date that it's bad. It is bad. I'm not going to say that these rates aren't bad. These rates are pretty motherfucking bad. These are the worst I ever seen them. But I know there's loads out there. But you got to put your work in this game and understand how it moves. You have to learn how to be flexible. You have to know how to talk to these people. You have to know how to get it in and out. You got to know how to work your clock system. You just got to learn the game. Once you learn enough of this game, you can get out there and you can make the money. If you got to have the right attitude. If you change your attitude, it'll change your altitude. I'm telling you. You come in this and you let this shit whip you, and I can't get no money. They hustling me. You got to remember, it's called business. Business. They're not here to help you. That's number one. They're not here to help you. They're here to make money. They need you to work so they can make money, so they can keep their business. It's called a business, so you have to treat it like a business. I don't get too buddy with no companies. I come and do what I'm supposed to do. If they joke and trip, I joke and trip a little bit. I keep it business. It's mainly main thing I do. I keep it business. Know how I fit in them. I ain't loyal to no company unless the company's just amazing and great. And then maybe I stay there. I get paid good enough. Maybe I don't want to pick my own loads. I let them pick it. I stay. But you just got to have that mindset that you are your own business and you move about the way you want. You're not going to get rich. Some people get in this game and try to get to the company. Oh, this shit is unfair. They robbing me. Yeah, they're all robbing. What you mean? Every trucking company you go to, you gonna get fucked. You just got to find a company that ain't gonna fuck you too much. You know what I'm saying? You want the head to rub on the outside, or you want the whole dick. You got to decide what you want. You go to the wrong company, they stuffing whole dick in you with no lube. You go to the right company, they'll probably tickle the ass. You dig what I'm saying? You got to find the right company to see how much you can take. Because you ain't going to win at every company. It's not designed for you to win at these companies. Not like that. Unless you're going to work for yourself, then you could be the company. And then if you hire employees, you're going to do the same thing the company's doing, because you got to make money in trucking. You're going to do the same fucking thing. So, you know what I'm saying? Just build your relationship. Understand what you're doing. Understand what you want to drive, what you want to pull, what sectors, and use your personality and your charm to work your way up. Now, if you're a non-personality person and you're not the greatest at talking, just be a little more straight up with them. Maybe that'll work for you. Because, everybody don't get out here and just talk and get joke. And nah, you just got to learn how to work your system. But that is all. you know, I didn't want to talk too long here today. I just want to make a little short little video about that to let you know in this state and present market and the way it is going, don't let those videos discourage you. I mean, it is fucked up. I'm not saying that they lying. There's nothing that they're saying is lying, that the market ain't crazy, that's off, they're robbing you. They're not lying. But how can I say? I've learned over my years of living, I've always been I've always been more of a loner at a job, because I don't want the negativity of what's going on at the job to pull me off my game. You ain't never work at a place, and if people been working there for years, you get in there, oh, these motherfuckers ain't shit. Oh, they always doing it. It's all that negative. The job do this, the job do that. I figure if you don't like the job, quit, leave. Why complain about it? Just fucking leave. All jobs are gonna do some shit to you. So what I do is I don't focus on the negative part of the job. I just come and try to do what I need to do, and I go the fuck home. Now, if they get out of hand with me, then I'm gonna address them, the people who get out of hand with me, and if we can't fix it right, then we can part our ways. That was always my attitude about it. So I don't try to look at the negative side of truck. I try to look at it to hear what's going on, but I don't listen to it and let it guide me into making a bad decision or not doing what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? You need to hear it because you do need to know what's going on, but you got to learn how to separate your emotions. Look at that. See that? Got to get your teeth right. I learned how to listen and separate my emotions from what I hear and just make my own judgment and movement on what I want to do when it comes to trucking. I love trucking. Trucking is great. Trucking is fun. It's not for everybody, you know what I'm saying? But it's a great feel. It's amazing. I get paid to look out the window and look at amazing shit all the time. I love it. Get to see beautiful sights, views, beautiful trucks. I get to see shit that you at the house don't get to see. You sitting home, you don't even know half this shit out here going. They tell you we fucked up and oh, we're broke and we're going to this, but every state I go through, they're building new warehouses. So if we're fucked up and the state of the market's going down, why the fuck we building all these new warehouses, these high rises? We fix these roads where we get this money from. You see what I'm saying? But at the house, they telling you that, but I hear we seeing something totally different than what you get to see. So I don't pay that kind of shit no attention, man, at all. Never mind to it. I just get out here, live my life, drive trucks, and be happy. That's about it. And you should too. You should too. If you have any questions about anything with trucking and you want to know, message me on this page and I'll surely answer any questions that anybody have. I don't have no 20, 25, 30 years. I'm not an OG in the game like the old cats, but I learned a lot about this business over the years. I rubbed a lot of arms and shoulders with a lot of top people in this industry and chopped it up and had great conversation, and they gave me some game and told me ways to do this, to do that, to get around this. So I only got 9 years, but I learned a lot in the 9 years because I got out and asked questions and I talked to a lot of people, did a lot of research, studied a lot of stuff about this game. I know a lot of stuff about a lot of stuff. How to say I know a lot about a little. I say that. I ain't been here in the 70s, 80s when those the real truckers. When the real truckers was driving, making all that gobs of money. So you can get by, there's a way. But like I said, if you have any questions, inbox me, message me. Especially you new people coming in, if you want to know a little something, I can give you tips and tricks and game on getting a truck. You don't have to go to district to get a brand new truck. That's game on getting a truck. I know game on getting trucks. Tiny bit of game on the trailers, but I know how you can get you a truck. Especially if your credit's fucked up, you ain't got no money, I can guide you in the right direction. I know where you can go get your truck from. Because when I went to get mine, I was on chapter 13. My credit was fucked up. I was on chapter 13, 2 child supports, homeless. Yeah, I left home with my last $250 in my pocket. I had no more money. I had just put my stuff in storage, and I was like, okay, this trucking shit got to work because I got to pay for my storage and my child support. And so I was way behind when I left. So I think I had start off with CRST. I went from CRST to FedEx. I did doubles and triples. That was too much fucking fun. Doubles and triples. And then from there, after I talked to that old cat, I jumped on out there. I went to, I think Celadon was selling trucks. And I went with XPO Logistics. It was with a company called Jacobson Transportation in Des Moines, Iowa. Des Moines, however they pronounce it. I know I'm saying it wrong. I got with them. I got my first truck. I had a gold 2015 Freightliner Cascadia. It was an old CRST truck. I went and got that thing, got the horsepower turned up and Boy, that motherfucker was an animal. It was toned down, but when I turned that thing up to that governor off, that bitch would ride. I'm trying to tell you. So I had took that. That was my first truck. I kept that. Cost of payment was ridiculous how I was on lease purchase. But it was fine by me. Shit, I knew my goal. I was just using it to get to something else. So you got to understand that you got to be strategic on what you're going to do on trucking. Lease purchase can either work for you or it could tear your life apart. I did that lease purchase. That was a great one. I did a second lease purchase, tried it again, and I had worked there for 3 months and got 2 checks. So I'm trying to tell you, it just depends on who you're working with and how you work your system. So I used that. That was my first truck. I kept that truck probably like a year and a half. And it was a walkaway lease. For you new people don't know what a walkaway lease is. It's a walkaway lease. Walkaway lease is you can return the truck back at any time, as long as it's in the condition and the state that they gave it to you, they can get it back. So they can't get it back. The motor locked up, transmission fucked up, it can't be wrecked. You can get back to them the way they gave it to you in operational condition, and you just give it to them, walk off. You sign something, you sign it back to them, you walk off, you gone. It's not on your credit. So I took that truck, I stacked all the money up from that one. I think I stayed in the truck. I was on the road 3-4 months at a time. I just was stacking. I did that. I think I had that truck for maybe like a year and a half. Almost 2 years, I think. I think it was almost 2 years. Probably like a year and a half. About a year and a half, almost 2 years. And then I switched and got me, I went and got a Kenworth T660, but oh, I had loved that truck. I had cried. That thing had electrical issues. So when they would hook the ELD up to the damn gauges would drop and the shit would it wouldn't cut off, but everything would cut off, but the truck would be rolling. It'll lose horsepower and then it'll kick back in. So I don't know what the fuck that was. I spent $900 at the dealership for them to tell me, oh, you need a motherfucking ELD. Bitch, you could have told me that before I paid $900. They had me there all day for that, but they got me for my money that day. So, I had to go trade that truck back. I was sad. Oh, I had loved that truck. That shit was a studio sleeper. Had the navigation in the dash. Had the double bunk. The sofa at the bottom. Had the fridge. The cabinet was so fucking big. I can get my big ass in the cabinet and close the door. Fucking love that goddamn truck. The truck was quiet on the inside. Had an APU on it. That shit had everything I needed. Only problem, it had that Packard motor in it. That thing did nothing on no hills. But it was a beautiful fucking truck, man. But yeah, man, I think I kept that truck. Man, I ain't had that truck probably like 2 months. I had to take that truck back and traded it back in, and I got a 2011 Freightliner Cascadia, which I didn't want because I was trying to move away from Freightliners because I've been driving them for so long. I really want a 379 or a W900 is what I would love to have. I want one of the monsters, you know what I'm saying? Pre-emission monsters, what I want. 13 speed, I don't need 8. I just want 13 speed. I want a damn monster. But yeah, man. Truck number 3, I got that truck and was making money. I was making bank. I think I drove with them for a little bit longer, switched companies to a company in Columbus, Georgia called Monster Trucking, who I currently work for now. I came back to. I was with them. I had my own truck. My payments were low. That's when the freight was good. I was running. I was able to pay the truck off. I think it was a 2 year. No, it was a 1 year. 1 year. I paid the truck off in 1 year. And the rest of that shit was profit. I was stacking it up, running. Like I said, I learned the game. I learned a lot of stuff in the game. I made some mistakes that I learned from that I'm using now that I understand. And that's it. Don't be afraid to fail in trucking. Just keep your license tight. That's the biggest thing I can say. Just in life. You got to take risks. You can't be afraid to fail. You got to get out there and try it. You won't know what you're going to do or how it's going to work out for you if you don't step off the ledge. You got to try it. You got to fail to win. I went out there. I made a couple mistakes in the beginning. Didn't understand, fail. Okay, I understand now. When I get myself back in position, oh, it's on and popping. I know what to do now. I made the little mistakes, but that's what I needed to do. So now I understand so much about how to move in the game now that when I get myself back in position, it's on. I think I want to buy this truck from this guy. He said he's going to talk to me about it. I'd like to get this truck. I didn't want another Freightliner, but it works for me. 10 speed, wish it was a 13, but it's a 10 speed. I work with it. Got an APU, double bunk, no fridge. I had to bring my own fridge. Cummins motor, first time driving a Cummins motor. She do good on them hills. Not high horsepower. Wish the horsepower was more. Number 450 horsepower. I think between 1450 to 1650 torque. So wish it had a little bit more power to it. but it'll work. I can either keep it, buy it from him, keep it, or I can use it to trade, go get me one of the monsters that I want. But I ain't gonna take too much more of y'all time. I just want to tell you people that you can move about in the industry. I'm not saying you're gonna make no top-notch money, but there is money out there. You can get it. You just gotta go figure out what it is, and you gotta be willing to get it if you want it. That's all. If you got a comfort zone and a level of place you want to stay in, and you don't want to go outside of that, then you only gonna get what you're gonna get in that level of comfort zone. Some situations I understand. You got a family, you can't go but so far, you can't do this. I'm not talking y'all. I'm talking about you single free people who are afraid and can move about any kind of way you want. There's a way. And even you people at the house, hustle up your hustle up your knowing people, your relationships, because you'll be surprised to be somebody right in your city who's connected to somebody, and you could be getting tons of fucking lows. But because of the circle you keep, you can't get to that because you are stuck in that circle that you keep. You got to get outside of yourself to get somewhere. You don't get the same result if you stay being you. You got to get outside yourself sometimes to get further. Make sure you remember that. I did that in trucking. I ain't give a damn where I went, how far I went, the areas and states that say that people hate, don't want to go. I go all the places. I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. I'm wide open. I don't mind. I go, and I have children, and I'm in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? But if it's there, I got to do what I got to do for that time period. Now, I may not do it forever, but I got to get it. And they're going to have to understand. Y'all going to have to miss me for a little bit. But I'll be back. But the end result of this going to work out. So you got to have that attitude, you know. But that's it. I'm out. Y'all have a great day. I'll probably make another video one day about trucking again. I'll probably make a video once I get my truck. Or if I get this truck, I'll make a video on this truck. All right. Y'all have a great day and be safe on the roads. Keep the rubber side down.